Who's that Pokemon? It's Pikachu!
No.
It's John Cena! Welcome back to the struggle. Wow. Wow. I almost said welcome back to the Need Extra Life.
Well, the Struggle Session podcast is brought to you by your friends at Need Extra Life.
Need Extra Life, where friends come together and play video games for your entertainment.
And smoke hookah.
As always. But welcome back to the Struggle Session podcast. I am your host, Hollow Otaku, and I only have one guest with me, and that is...
Your boy K1.
And Hollow Otaku.
So, seeing as, you know, this whole pandemic has kept people from enjoying life outside, me and Hollow Otaku are taking the weekend off and going down to visit a friend. And seeing as we have a long drive ahead of us, we're just going to bounce some road stories off just to pass the time. So this is going to be a bonus episode. Good for you.
Yep. Disclaimer. The people we are visiting is COVID free. We're essentially not leaving their house. So, and we always have our masks. So we are doing some social distancing, washing our hands and all that sort. So we are looking out for the safety of us and others.
Yes, and we are not going too far. We are still in state. We are not traveling across state lines.
No, but getting there is a bitch and a half.
Yes, especially on a big day of traffic. Because I'm still trying to figure out, with certain things still closed, why the fuck is there still traffic on these roads?
That's because beaches are open.
It is?
Yeah, beaches are open. Yeah, some people like to go to Virginia Beach and all that. Even my job, one of the residents went... her family took her to the beach.
Wow.
Yeah, for a week.
That just went over my head.
Yeah. So, I mean, people be stupid, but you know.
Well, that's America for you.
Well, it's more like people don't want to feel caged. It's kind of like us, but we're more reasonable.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. We're reasonable in the sense of, hey, we can go out for a weekend, but let's not go to a crowded public place during still a pandemic. Let's just go see a few friends, and let's take caution. Wear our masks, wash our hands, social distance. Not go to a crowded public place where we know majority of people will not wear masks, will not social distance, and then have to wonder, well, why are the cases spiking again?
Yeah. All right, on to a not COVID related thing. Did you hear about, this is actually recent news, about Rick and Morty?
Oh, yes.
About the creator, Dan Harmon?
Yeah, and, my own personal opinion, what he said is fucked up. But
what he did was fucked up.
Well, yeah.
Did you watch the video?
Well, yeah, I did. But just like the whole thing is kind of like sad because now people are trying to cancel Rick and Morty. And I'm like, he might be the creator. Okay, blame the creator, but don't hurt the show. Like, let's not cancel Rick and Morty just over that. Like
you can cancel Dan Harmon, but
yeah.
Justin Roiland did nothing wrong.
Yeah, like it's like blaming everybody who works on Rick and Morty for it. It's like if the guy made his mistake, blame the guy. It's like people who tried to say boycott Subway when one person wouldn't serve cops.
Yeah, just one person.
And then it's
no. And the whole Jared thing.
Yeah, like blame Jared. Don't blame people who work at Subway.
Yeah, they're just hardworking people. But, some do stupid action. Just blame the individual, not the whole company. Mm-hmm. Even though, the whole company, like, according to retail, fast food people, when you're at work, you represent the company, so have a good image.
True. But it's kind of like, the whole thing, it's like when cops and PD got canceled, and now they want to cancel Paw Patrol. I'm like, what did Paw Patrol do to literally warrant this? Did they have an episode of, like, the puppies literally ripping apart a black man?
I mean, we all have done fucked up shit. I'm not supporting the man. But that whole video was just... That ending is just fucked up.
Yeah, like, when you just see it, you're like, okay, there's probably a twist at the end. Then you see it and you're just like, oh, whoa, like, what the hell were you even thinking making this available to the public?
Yeah. See, if you're going to cancel Rick and Morty, it sounds like you just also want to cancel Community, even though it's already been canceled.
But then that's like saying cancel Adult Swim because they show Rick and Morty. It's like, what did they do?
But on a different topic, let's hit up stories. We're done with today's events or current events. Oh man. So yeah, we're visiting our friend. I've known him for like 10 plus years, but less than 20. Not at that point yet, but and his wife, they're very cool people. Went to their wedding. I was one of the groomsmen. Really good wedding. I do have permission to tell this story, so here we go. You weren't there at the wedding, were you?
Yeah, yes I was.
Were you?
Yeah, remember? Because me and my roommate showed up, and we slept in the car for like an hour and 30, and then literally got and waited for most of you, because you guys were gone. But we were there.
We're at a friend's place.
Yeah, you guys were getting prepared, and we got there like around 10:30, and we slept in the car. I thought it was
just your roommate that went there.
No, I was there too, because literally I remember two of our friends walked by, and I'm like, yo, what's up? And they said, look at these boys up here sleeping in the car. The hell? Y'all just want to be ghetto as fuck, aren't you? It's like, we got up super early. Can't we take a nap at least? At least we're not sleeping during the wedding.
Okay, so then you were there for all the speeches.
Oh, yeah.
Nice speeches until you get to the very end, where the bride's grandmother went up to speak. And I was like, oh, this is good. I was sitting there, I was just like, sipping my drink, going, oh, this is gonna be nice. All the other speeches were nice, and I'm just like, all right, cool. Let's see what she got. First sentence out of her mouth was, I do not approve of this wedding. She went out of my way of my wishes. I wanted her to graduate college before she got married, but she did it anyway. She needs to focus on school and all this. And I was just like, oh my God. And like, she repeated, I do not approve this wedding like 5 times. I felt bad for this guy I just met. And she just goes, but I would like to, like, not even thinking the bride or the groom or the family. She just goes, I would like to thank the white boy. Yes, that one right over there. Points at him and goes, for helping me down the aisle. You're the only one I like. I was like, oh my God.
This is why I was so glad I gave my speech before that, because as soon as that speech hit, everybody just sucked everything out of the room. We were just like,
That was it. And then I go, all right, food and hookah? And hookah. All right.
I'm going to just start tending to this drink
that right here. That just ended everything, the whole entire, like, speeches. Like, I wasn't ready to get up, too. Just go mine. I was like, yeah, I'm not following that.
Yeah, it was just...
That is already bad.
Because even when I got up to get my speech, I even thought it out and was like, okay, nothing embarrassing, nothing like that. Be respectful, and have in mind that this will reflect you for years to come. And I gave like a simple, I've known you for years. You've been a good person. You had your ups and downs, but look at you today. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for the both of you, and I wish you all nothing but the best.
Oh, I was just gonna wing mine.
I did. But
nothing but like. The best man was so nervous about his speech. I was like, bro, just go with your heart. You wrote down what's on your heart?
Yeah.
Boom, do it. But, like, it's good to see them. They're doing good. They have 2 dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So nice dogs. One of them.
Meliodas.
But no, I meant, Jules.
Oh, yeah.
The one that loves you.
Yeah.
And then you have the new puppy, Meliodas, named after the captain of the 7 Deadly Sins, the Wrath Sin, the Dragon Sin of Wrath. Meliodas. Sorry, Captain Meliodas. So, did you watch the new season?
Yes.
How'd you thought of that, though?
I have to say, it kept to it so far. And it's not like what happened the last season, so I'll give them that.
It doesn't give off a cliffhanger feeling, but I still want more.
Yeah, I mean, it's got things to go, but it's like, at least they're keeping it balanced. It wasn't like what happened in, like, the past season.
Oh, you mean season 2?
Yeah.
But they just gave 4 episodes, and it was all right, done.
So at least they actually said, okay, let's not screw this over this time.
I'm jumping on to current events, but the creators of Avatar: The Last Airbender has left Netflix of their live action one.
And this is literally the dumbest plan Netflix. Like, they saw how much putting Avatar on Netflix got them. So then, okay, let's go ahead and put Korra on there.
What was the problem?
They wanted creative control and they wouldn't give it to them.
What?
It's the same thing that happened with Comedy Central and Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle wanted creative control to do the 3rd season. But they didn't want that because Comedy Central's wanted to start toning down all of that. And, that's why he left. And then they tried to bring back that watered down Dave Chappelle The Lost Episodes, which we all know he didn't sign off on. But literally, the Chappelle Show was still one of the greatest things Comedy Central, because that was literally beating South Park. And, that's one thing I'll never forgive Comedy Central for, was ruining the Chappelle Show. So that's just technically what they kind of did.
They can't go against, their number one show, South Park.
Yeah, but like...
an episode only takes a week to make?
Yeah.
And they never miss an episode. The only time they only missed one because they got a blackout. That was the only time they missed an episode.
True. I mean, the people who make South Park are dedicated, but let's call it, when Chappelle's Show came on, come on, that was literally raking in the numbers.
It was, but
high school, everybody was watching Chappelle's Show.
And back onto the thing. I mean, what Netflix could try to do, because they're trying, won't let them give them the control. What Netflix can do is just watch Avatar: The Last Airbender and just copy that.
Yeah, but it's kind of like what they did with Korra, what Nickelodeon did, and they said, all right, here's gonna be how it ends. Well, we don't want that, sexual questioning from children, so we're gonna put it online. Okay, so fine, we ain't gonna deal with you anymore. So that's kind of what Netflix is almost like doing. It's taking away from the art and literally not giving the people who made it awesome their fair say. Yeah. So, now this really opens the door for the live action to suck, and technically we can get another Last Airbender out of this, sadly.
Yeah.
Which the only thing, literally, to the credit, 2 things. Whoever played Azula was hot as fuck, and then we had Jet Li was going to be Ozai.
Okay. But hear me out. Aang, Scarlett Johansson, right? Sokka, Scarlett Johansson. Katara, Scarlett Johansson. But you know who should play Ozai? Scarlett Johansson.
So you want some bleach with that whitewash?
Sorry, everyone is played by Scarlett Johansson.
Jesus.
I was like, oh. I saw that meme and it was just pictures of different Scarlett Johansson. Like they had bald Johansson as Aang. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Who? Then let's go through this. Who would you like Iroh to be played, for the live action? Who do you think would be portrayed best?
Honestly, if we need someone to be Iroh, let's get the guy who played Wong in Doctor Strange.
Oh, so I think his name is Benedict Wong.
Yeah. So
I only know his first name is Benedict because he shares it with Benedict Cumberbatch. So
yeah, but he can be funny, but he can be serious at times, and let's call it, Iroh's literally kicked back until he has to whip ass. So that'd be a perfect thing for him. He could be comedic most of the time, but then when he actually has to bring out that dragon, plus he could definitely get ripped for the part.
Can we get Gabriel Iglesias as Elvira?
That would be the thing. It'd be funny, it'd be the laid back, but then when you need him to kick ass, you're gonna have to do so much CGI to get him ripped. Because let's call it Fluffy's fat is what makes Fluffy fluffy.
I mean, if they could CGI Chris Evans with no muscles, I think they can get CGI Gabriel Iglesias with muscles.
Yeah, that's just gonna be I'm probably gonna be laughing the whole fight scene.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
I mean,
but they can't do as worse as Henry Cavill. as Superman for the Justice League, where they try to CGI out his mustache.
Yeah,
You
that
can't do any worse than that.
Yeah, like I literally saw that and I was like, you could have left the beard on, like based on he's dead and his hair is still growing. Because remember, in the original Death of Superman, Superman had a mullet when he came back.
Yeah.
So they could have did that.
I would have been fine with it.
Right.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do up the gong. You know, the Avatar gang.
Mm-hmm.
Actors. Go. Ryan Potter.
I can see that.
Either that or him as Sokka. But I'm going more towards him as Aang because he wanted to be the Robin.
Okay.
So he could have the martial arts of a airbender.
Okay. So who's the guy who plays Ned in Spider-Man?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I forgot the actor's name.
Yeah, if he loses the weight, then he's Sokka, and just grows his hair out, then that's a perfect Sokka.
Okay.
Because he can be comedical, but he can have that little serious, and then just put his hair in a ponytail. Boom, he's got a Sokka. Right
God,
there.
why am I thinking like Katara needs to be Zendaya? And then I was just like, wait, they changed Ryan Potter to Tom Holland. We can have the cast of Spider-Man.
Oh man!
But Tom Holland's doing really good. He's doing the Uncharted movie.
Oh yeah, he's gonna make a really good Nathan.
He's gonna be in others too, but
he's got the grit from Spider-Man that he can take to being like some people were like, nah, I don't think he's really young to be Nathan Drake. I'm like, Nathan Drake was really young when the game started. So
well, I mean, he could also do Uncharted, like the beginning of Uncharted 4. When they just
right. But that's what I mean. Like he has the grit of like being.
Like this just could be the starting. It's not going to be like, oh, we're going to place him right in the middle of his life.
Right.
It's going to be when he first started out. So when he meets Sully, just like the new Tomb Raider movie.
Yeah. And which
is exactly like if I was playing the actual video game.
Right. Because that's the one thing I give to the original, that new Tomb Raider, was the complete remake of Lara Croft, that she doesn't start off as a badass. She literally grows into being a badass.
Yeah.
So that's what I think Tom Holland's going to start off. Meet Sully, train, and then become the badass Tomb Raider.
Yeah, that's going to be the climax. Yeah.
Right.
Oh. Well, let's jump out of actors.
Okay.
Oh
yeah, so since we're doing on current events, so if anybody hasn't heard, AMC is looking to reopen their theaters on the 21st. And
20th.
Oh, 20th?
Okay.
The
20th.
So to the 20th, and to get people back in there.
May I?
Yes.
So, for the beginning, they're going to show classic movies like Star Wars, A New Hope, Back to the Future, I believe Jurassic Park.
And Black Panther.
And Inception for 15 cents. When I was hearing about this, I was listening to Philip DeFranco. Shout out to Philly D. He was like, AMC's showing, movie classics like Star Wars, The New Hope, Back to the Future. Cult classics like Star Wars, A New Hope, Back to the Future, Jurassic Park. And then he says Inception, and I was like, that's not one of the cult classics, but okay. He named all these good 80s, 90s movies, and then hits us with 2009. I was like, but for 15 cents.
Yeah, but
I'm just very tempted to buy all the tickets because they have limited seatings, one, and it's all different. They're just gonna, I think there's gonna be 30 seats that is only available, which means I'm just gonna take that and just pay $15. To take all of it just for me.
Yeah, but just weird thing was, as soon as they announced this, maybe an hour later, they announced their new $5 meal deal, meaning get a drinks, popcorn, candy, all for $5. And I'm like, 15 cents, but then $5 meal deals. I wonder.
I'll take my meal and go, thank you.
Yeah, deep pockets, use them.
Yeah.
Unless you go to Alamo. 100% worth it.
Yep, I recommend Alamo because the food is nice and
They serve you, and that they
you don't have to miss a movie. The only
Yeah.
time you will is when you have to go to the bathroom.
and you don't have to pay outstanding prices just to get a refill.
Yep.
Please sponsor us, Alamo.
Whenever they're open, they may go bankrupt
Shit, that'll suck.
just because of this pandemic.
Man, good stuff's dying.
Yep. But what are we gonna do? You know, we're just two people in this cog called the world.
Yeah,
We ain't no scientists. We're just observers.
we're just waiting for our turn to get stroked out and shot into the abyss.
Yeah, we're more like the collector.
Yeah, I agree.
I was gonna say the watchers, but the watchers just only watch. They don't do anything. We're more like the collectors. We watch and take.
Yeah, that is fact.
Are you getting Mulan the $30 just to rent it?
No, I'll just stream it online for free. Thank you very much.
Any stories you got?
Not much in my thing, so.
Any road trip stories? We're just.
Yeah, but like, so, let me think.
So, if you haven't seen our vlogs, check them out at Need Extra Life on YouTube. Due to the fact you're on our YouTube channel anyway, listen to this podcast. Me and Lorenzo did just 3 vlogs. Could have done more, but we're just enjoying our time when we went to Florida. So I'll tell you on the story on the way there. My parents got me and a friend an extra ticket, so I asked Lorenzo if he wants to go. He goes, yeah. So we drove all the way down to Florida, which we left at 9 p.m. and got there at 11 a.m. Holy fuck. So the plan was for Lorenzo to drive first, so then I get some sleep until he hits Georgia, and then I drive the rest. It's about maybe 3:30, 3 a.m. when we get to near the end of North Carolina. It was like, hey man, I'm getting tired. We're at the gas station. I'm getting gas. Can you drive the rest of the way? I was like, sure, man. I got my sleep. I'll be fine. Start driving. And I go, all right, cool. We're making a pit stop. Within 5 minutes, we're at the south of the border exit. Meaning we just passed the end of North Carolina into South Carolina. So we just went down, get some sausage biscuits for some breakfast. And just started our vlog with that. And they always have this giant thing of a Spanish man, and I'm just like, Papa? I was like, Lorenzo, we found your Papa.
Oh,
But Papa has no wiener. And Lorenzo was heated that he was only 5 minutes away from crossing the border into South. But I drove the rest of the way there, and I was beat, but I was awake, and I didn't know how to feel. I saw my little sister. That was cool. But me driving a long distance, I don't know how I survived.
Yeah, I'll give you this. Like, one thing I can say, you have, like, the stern focus to drive and not take breaks. Like, farthest, has been with this when driving, but literally I've just seen you go and you don't get tired. You can just keep going.
Oh, you missed me before my CPAP. Because, I stopped breathing when I sleep. It kind of affects my mentalness of being awake. So I was sitting here for a long time. I started dozing off, and I was really worried about that. Like, I needed energy drinks to keep me awake. I mean, I still can drink energy drinks just to keep me awake, but like now with the CPAP machine, I can just focus on driving and just like, hey, come on, guys. Sorry, guys. I'm actually driving while we're doing this podcast. So.
Yeah. So, like you said, you're hitting stories on the road, literally.
But so on the way home from work, this was want to say Monday. So this was actually Monday. I didn't look on my phone to see if there's traffic on the way, and I got onto it. I go, fuck, there's traffic. I was like, fuck, what the fuck is going on? And I go and I see I see a fire truck and an ambulance. So what happened is that a car caught on fire, and I guess a little bit of explosion. I don't know what the detail was, but the car looked burnt up at the front. Like really burnt, and I saw the airbag. But I turned, and all I saw was a burnt corpse on the wheel with the airbag.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, well, that's not going to get out of my head anytime soon. It still hasn't. I still think about that, and I'm like, damn.
Was it like full on holding the steering wheel, but like mouth open, like?
I just saw the outline.
Ooh.
I saw an outline. But then there was another person sitting in the grass. So I was just like, well, fuck. Alright, but yeah, it was just like, that's just a mental image that's not gonna, leave my head for a good while, maybe a year or so. There's sometimes where, like, I think about it, and I swear to God, I thought the head turned, and, like, the anime thing, when someone's, like, or a ghost, or horror stories, like, the head turns, and then a red eye. I was like, that keeps going up in my head.
Yeah, I mean, literally, like, worst I've ever seen is someone got split in two in a car crash, so I can understand that. Like, literally. Yeah,
you can see the blood and gore. That's a good mental image. Like, if you saw that firsthand, but, like, I haven't seen that yet.
Well, yeah, but, like, the main thing that got me was the torso was literally, like, because the guy hit a tree. Hit a tree, went through the windshield. His body hit the tree and split in two. The torso was, like, 20 feet away, but the intestines literally spread all the way back to the tree. So that's what got me.
Damn. Fuck, man. That's a sight right there.
Yeah, like, literally just intestines rolled all the way back to the roots, and it's just like, that's something that's going to stay with me.
Yeah. Death is no laughing matter, unless that's your coping mechanism, But death is no laughing matter.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm trying to think of a different story. At least you get some cutting points.
Yeah. Okay. So I just remembered one. So back when I first fully graduated college, took my 4 years of business administration. So my first major real job outside of fast food was a grocery store. And it was just basically cashiering, stocking, all that shit. And there were some cool people there, but just like any retail, there's some asshole customers. So, I don't pay no mind to most of them, because honestly, most people ain't worth your time. But literally, so one day I'm just walking down trying to get some lunch, get the instant ramen for 78 cents, which was one of the best deals they ever had until they took it away. And I just hear this one woman yelling on her phone, "I don't care what it takes. I just don't care. I'll do anything. So, I'm half in, half out with that and just picking up my ramen. And right as I'm trying to exit the aisle, she just screams at the top of her lungs, No, I will not suck dick for money."
That was going to my head. I was like, is she going to say something about sucking dick?
Yeah, so and I just stopped, turn, look at her and what? And there's a few other people looking down the aisle just from other aisles going, excuse me? And she stares back at everybody, and then she's like, "Oh my God, did I really just yell that out loud?" And it's just yeah, everybody heard that.
There are people who, when you're on the phone, they don't know how loud they can be, i.e. like me. But I don't give a shit if people listen, but I'll say what I need to say. If I need to say something like, very private, I would say it like quietly. But like, there are some people who don't know how,
And to each their own.
Yeah. I just want to take this quick time to thank you guys for listening to us on the Struggle Session podcast. We really do enjoy it. You guys listening and enjoying what we give you, and we enjoy doing this for you guys. It's one of my favorite things to look forward to during the week is just telling stories or just have a nice topic about things.
Also, shout outs to all of our Facebook and Instagram followers. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for following all of our news stories. It's always good to know that you guys like and follow and react to everything we do. And the more you do that, the more it makes us all worthwhile.
So get your gaming news / entertainment news at facebook.com/needextralife. Give us a like and, just enjoy our content. We're just doing it for fun. Back to the podcast.
So, I guess one thing we can bring up, I just remember this is a current event. So a large arcade in Tokyo is actually closing down.
Really? What reason?
So I think it was maybe because of COVID, but it's like one of the biggest arcades is closing down. Okay, so it's actually called the Akihabara's iconic Sega arcade will close at the end of August. So it's a massive Tokyo landmark in Electric Town, and it's going to be gone forever. So according to it, it's going to close in August 30th.
So the end of the month, okay.
Yeah, and sadly, so according to it, it's closing because of COVID-19 and the lack of tourism. So,
damn.
That's really a sad thing. And Sega arcades, they have literally been like world famous. As if you've played the Yakuza games, you know that there's always a memento where you can play old Sega games in those games. So, man, that's literally a big loss, especially seeing as Sega is still literally one of the best companies for arcades.
Yeah, like, we rarely get it here in the States, arcades. The only arcade I know is an arcade bar in Austin, Texas.
My dad told me if you go to Vegas on
Vegas.
Well, I'm just saying, if he told me, like when he went to Vegas on one of his travels for the military, he literally went to one of these casinos and they had a literal pit at the bottom of the stairs with a full-fledged arcade at the bottom. Like,
yeah, but it's so rare to see in the States, but it's very common to see it in Japan.
Oh yeah, but
I wish we had more, not like Dave and Buster arcade.
No.
Those are not arcades.
The last great arcade I went to was Disney Interactive. Literally 3 floors of classic games. You pay one price and then all the games are free. That was the last great arcade.
I think the last arcade I went to was the one in Potomac Mills Mall.
Oh yeah, the one that used to be 2 stores wide arcade, then they closed that down.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
I don't know what's up with arcades now. Like, Dave and Buster took out their DDR machine.
That was the thing, though, because,
we had so much people for there. I made good friends, and I got a good workout out of it.
Yeah, but, the thing was, I don't know where the thing of taking, classic, really good, the Simpsons arcade, Mortal Kombat, and all the arcade games we grew up with, and just putting in sports games all the way. That's what really got me with arcades. It's they just took everything out that we love, and then just made sports games 100% of the time.
Especially when you go to sports bars and other bars, they just have here's this golf game.
Or here's this deer hunting game, or this wave surfer game.
Yeah. And now we just have to rely on console.
Yeah.
For where we could play one round for $1 versus we get the whole game for $60.
I mean, the only time I will give credit to the arcades was the one time America actually brought in those Mario Kart Double Dash arcades, and you can actually take your memory card from your GameCube, put it in the arcade, play the game, and then you would actually get exclusive content for that.
Yeah.
That was actually really smart.
It was, and now we have this Mario Kart that they have at Dave and Buster's.
Where the only exclusive is Pac-Man as a racer.
You get the freaking Japanese drum too.
Oh yeah.
You get him. But like, I mean, that's cool. Pac-Man, you know, that's cool.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. But just like if it was like really like, if it was like what the GameCube did, just take your friend code, put it in, and you get Pac-Man and the drum on your original content. That'd be awesome for free. I'd do that.
Yeah, but no one's that smart. No one's gonna do it.
Sadly,
it's how life is. It's how arcades are being a dying system.
Yeah.
In the States, I don't know where anywhere else. Put it in the comments down below. If you're not from the U.S. of A, how arcades are in your country. But yeah, like, I miss playing arcades. Oh god, I hate traffic! God damn it! This portion of the podcast is me yelling at people who keep slamming their brakes. Yeah. There's literally nothing happening in front of you. Please drive respectively and don't drive dumb. All right? Stop looking out to whatever is happening on the side of the goddamn road and just fucking drive. Oh my god. Yes, I get it. They stopped. I know you guys are curious, but please stop. This is how God. All right. Come on, New York. Get out of my way. There's literally an ambulance right behind me. Thank you, New York. Holy fuck! Go get him, guys. Just in the words of Philip DeFranco, don't be stupid, stupid. All right.
Okay. So
we're done with the rage part for just a bit.
Yeah. So back to the thing. So like you said, like mainly it's just a sad thing to know how far arcades are falling. Because let's call it, arcades used to be a huge thing in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s.
But then the console wars shoots out, and so everyone wants to get their consoles and play a game, so that the arcade has just become a dying system that you barely see.
Sadly, and then when they got licensed to do all the arcade games on like big platformers, like Midway Arcade Collection, Atari Arcade Collection, and all that, that was like smart. You could play at home, but then you just lose the feel. You lose the feel of getting off school, grabbing a roll of quarters, getting a freaking large pepperoni pizza, and then literally putting down a quarter when someone else is playing and say, I got next. And then, of course, the big crowds, like especially when Mortal Kombat came out. Oh, man, Mortal Kombat. When I was in Alaska, I was 6 years old, and we had this place called Polar Roller. And the day they got Mortal Kombat, oh, my God, that thing had a line out the door. Like, people didn't even want to skate. They wanted to come in just to play because they were the first people to get the Mortal Kombat arcade cabinet. And literally everybody would pile around just to play that game. That literally dethroned Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Times, because that used to be the most popular.
So, when the arcade was back at Potomac Mills with the DDR machine, and like they had Street Fighter, and some other ones I don't remember. I know they had Time Crisis, but I mean every arcade like had Time Crisis in those times, in like mid 2000s. So my dad took me and my brother, and of course me, loving DDR, stayed at the DDR machine. But my brother wanted to do the Street Fighter one, and my dad looks at me, and then gives my brother the $1, and looks at me and goes, "He's not gonna last." I was like, "At least he's having fun, Dad." Because yeah, that's right. That's what matters. And then he blew my dad's mind by like almost beating the arcade version of Street Fighter. Just kept going.
He literally got to the like final boss.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
With one quarter, or like with the
dang.
$1. Yeah, just without multiple
okay.
tries. I was like, all right, cool. I played my DDR, and then my brother finally finished and whatever. And I go, all right, cool. Give me another $1. I want to play my brother's Street Fighter if he got to there.
Yeah.
He goes, all right, cool. I pick, the OG, Ryu.
Okay.
And my dad just looks at me and just goes, "What I've seen your brother do, I don't think you can beat him." I was like, all right, thanks for the faith. And I was like, and Perfect.
Ah.
First round, I was like, second round, I was like, oh, now you're giving me a run for my money. I lost, and I was like, all right, cool. Third round, here we go. And I was just like, and Hadouken and dead. I was like, yeah. But good job getting to the final. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to take my $5, and I'm just going to play DDR for the rest of the time.
So, one time, like, back when, you know, the Red Robin where we live, right?
Yeah, where they have the arcade?
Yeah. So, one night, me and my family go to Red Robin's. And, you know, back then, Red Robin, before they cleared out that upper thing, they had the arcade. And one of the games was actually Street Fighter vs. X-Men. And it was new because it used to be Marvel vs. Capcom. Because we've been going to that Red Robin for years, and they actually moved it out. So when we got there, we were like, oh man, Mom, Dad, can we play this, please? And they go, fine. And, you know, the rule was, you know, $1, you know, was 50 cents, one turn each. So, you know, me and my brother, of course, yeah. So my brother starts off by playing and makes it to the fourth gang and gets a game over. I continue off where he thinks, and I actually get to the final boss, what I think is the final boss, which was Apocalypse. And it's a huge ass version of Apocalypse. So I use Cyclops and I think it was Blackheart. And I actually beat Apocalypse, and I'm like, dude, I just beat it, I beat Apocalypse. And then, like, we were celebrating. It's like, we're going to put our name in the high score. We're going to get our names. And then just, like, the screen flashes and says, here comes the bonus. And it's freaking Metal Akuma. And, like, we're like, who? And we're like, who's this? Like, and it was like, okay, let's go. And literally 2 rounds against Metal Akuma, he kicked my ass. Like, I got maybe 3 hits on him in both rounds combined. And then just, like, and then it's like, continue, and like we're just looking down, and my parents would look at me and go like, don't even ask. So we had to watch that damn slow counter go down, and then game over.
Damn.
And I was like, is that and then like one of the guys who's working there says, man, you actually made it to Metal Akuma? Man, that's the first time anybody's ever done that. That's nice. And like I go, is he a bonus? He's like, no, he's actually the final boss. It's like, he's the final boss? It's like, well, yeah, but like most people only go up to Apocalypse. I guess you did something to actually do it, because like I said, nobody's ever gotten to Metal Akuma. And like, and ever since then, like, I went back and actually played that and actually beat Metal Akuma, but that was always the one thing, like, because after I was done, I just obsessed over beating Metal Akuma, because it just felt like, until I get that done, I can just, my heart as a gamer was hurt, my pride.
Me and my roommate, back, I think, just beginning years of college, we went to Chuck E. Cheese to play there. They only had one good one, and that was that Terminator thing. So this is one where everything was one token. So we got $10 worth of tokens, put our thing in, and just played that till the very end. And they're like, all right, cool, let's leave. And I see this cute girl working, and well, of course, got her number.
Leia.
So I was like, bet. So, I mean, good things happen when you play arcade. Not in the least that you expected at a Chuck E. Cheese. There's alright guys, well, that has been a good portion of this bonus podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I am Hollow Otaku, and as always, remember, keep moving forward.
And I'm K1. Always remember to wear a mask and keep the kids out of school. We have results now.
See you guys next time.